Right, do apologise, the stream broke for some reason. My internet's playing silly beggars. It did, yes, it was random. I just got a message saying internet signal was not great, and away it went. Thankfully we're back. So we are racing, and T Smith still leading the way. He's looking comfortable at the moment then. Blue flag. Nicely in at P2. So I'm in third. Unsafe release in fourth then. Joker has pitted. Is now on the soft tyres then. So a number of drivers there going for the soft tyre in the middle of the race. Derek was another one. Oh, Batman's in the wall again. He hasn't saved it this time. Fair play to Batman. He's getting a very good stint on those medium tyres. I thought they wouldn't last as long as they have done. It's a shame though, he has dropped a bag full of time again there. He seems to have good pace and longevity on those tyres as well. T Smith is going to be in this time around then, so 14 laps on the fuel from T Smith. Blue flag will be in as well. So I might have another lap in the tank. Unsafe has probably got maybe two. So we're seeing some disparity in the fuel strategies here. Zombie's going to come around and take the lead again. Although Unsafe is going to immediately try and relieve him of it. Down towards turn one. So they will hang on. I came back, he's gone to the grass to try and get out of the way. Driver's catching him in an inopportune moment. This is good news for Blue Flag if these two can keep battling. Derek then has retaken third then on his soft tyre stint. T Smith is out on the mediums. Then he's gone for slightly short fuel as well. Joker's jumped to fifth. He's on his soft tyre stints. The mediums for Glynn and Odon. They've all jumped Blue Flag. Now in Odon's case, that's fine because he's on the softs. But Glynn has short fueled and jumped Blue Flag as well. That's interesting then. So we've got different strategies starting to play out here. Maybe have more than one or two two stoppers then. We might have some two and some three stoppers in this one. Then differing from a couple of the guys ahead of him. Joker, Odon have gone on to the softs. That's as Derek. T Smith on the mediums. Odon now catching Glynn and over Fist. He needs to make quick work of him. He does not want to be stuck behind a car on medium tyres on his soft stint. He's clear and he has a good move there from Odon. It's an aggressive move there. The top of the S's. That's on pits from second place. Unsafe does indeed have another lap in the tank. In fact, Unsafe might even have 2 laps in the tank as well. Unsafe's done a superb job on fuel. His lap times have been good, but not quite where T Smith is. T Smith's doing 36s. Pitted on lap 14 though, so it's interesting to see what T Smith can do. Is T Smith going to double soft stint later on? I wonder. He did something a little bit different last week. He did 4 stops where everybody else did. Most people did 3. So some outside of the box thinking. Unsafe's last up was a 39.4 though, so Unsafe had a bit of a drama somewhere. Derek is catching him rapidly. Joker with a 34.8 is the fastest lap of the race. That's the fastest man on track at the moment. He is now up to speed and flying and going faster again. 4.5 tenths up on this lap as well. Still 3 tenths up then into the final sector as he's starting to catch T Smith. We're getting some slipstream but also getting some dirty air. You kind of want in the straights, but you don't want through the corners, especially that S section there, because that's very tricky to follow through. Around the final corner he comes. We're going to see him dip into the mid 34s on this lap. Getting a nice slipstream from T Smith. Does indeed. Lost a bit of time again in the final sector there, popping that dirty air through the S's. Joker seeing a good pace at the moment, and Derek is probably on his in lap now. Safe release has still carried on. His lap time is down to 38 now, so he is now hemorrhaging lap time. but it means he will be able to use a little bit less fuel on the hard tyre, the medium tyre and the soft tyre stint. So he can push a little bit harder and a bit longer on that soft tyre. And Derek pitted on lap 11. So 12, 13, 14. He's got a good stint out of these soft tyres, to be fair to him. 6 laps out of the softs. Not bad going. But yeah, quite a variation in strategy here from people. I say also going very long on the hard tyre. Well, I think it is starting to hurt him a little bit now. I think he'll be in this time around though. He's only half a second down on his PB at this point. Still 3 seconds ahead of Derek. Round at the hairpin we go. And so he's going to peel off. He's indeed. In comes the race leader then. Still with 7 litres in the tank there. That's a good effort from Unsafe on the fuel. Derek is in. T. Smith will come round and take the lead of the race back then. Looks like he's just got Joker pegged. Joker into the 35s that time around. But T. Smith was 0.8 of a second quicker that time around. Glyn going through, still battling with Odon, so he's got back ahead of Odon. 35-1. But wasn't able to bypass and clear him. Blue flag also still gaining. He's 14 seconds off T. Smith, but that's not really his battle for tonight. His battle is Unsafe Release, who has come out behind him in traffic as well. He's got Zom all over him. So Unsafe's on the mediums, Zom's on the softs. So Zom is going to be racy at this stage of the race. Unsafe Release there. Power down the Ferrari, wiggling its hips. Zom switches sides to get the run down the hill. He'll want to be through as quick as he can because he needs to make the most of these soft tyres while he's on them. Face Potter is also on the soft tyres, but he's on his in lap ahead of them, so they don't need to worry about him too much. Gets on the curb there, kicks the dirt on the outside. Behind them, Derek on the hard tyre now. That man also now on the hards. Big shame for Matt there, so he's had a good pace there. Really good stint as well on the fuel. But a couple of the spins have really hurt him there as he's sliding out the S's on the grassy go. Stufer gets through. They appear over the crest then. Yep, Stufer through up to 10th. Then Mattman down to 11th as he catches that slide. Joker is in from second as Nobby Norris battling with Mikey. Nobby Norris getting a slide on as well. Mikey all over the curbs. Gonna get the run. They're going side by side up the hill. Nobby Norris still just about 3/4 of a car in front. Oh, contact there as they come together. Into the long sweeping right. Nobby Norris on the outside. Can he hang on to it off the dusty pile? There's the track there on the marbles. You can see no, through goes Mike. Mikey takes that place away. I'm going to go nose to tail and down through the S's. Very tricky. You can see Nobby's car sort of wash out there in the dirty air. Face Potter also in. Let's get off of those soft tyres. Joker down the inside of I came back. Start the shock, it's still going well. Again, consistency definitely improving there. This is the line then. So T. Smith then is away and running as you would expect. The battle is on behind then, so Glyn now P2. See the challenge of Odon. Bailed on his soft tyres. Glyn and Blue Flag both on the medium tyres, but Glyn's on 1/4 of a tank. Blue Flag is on half. A little bit further back then. Unsafe Release also on half a tank. So Unsafe decided to go long on the hard tyre so he can push these medium tyres a little bit harder with less fuel. In terms of fuel, him and Blue Flag are about equal, but his tyre wear is significantly better than 35.3 on that lap. Against 36.1, so took, what's that, 0.8 out of Blue Flag. Into the S as we go. We're on board with blue flag then, trying to chase down Glyn. Gap is down to 7.5 tenths. Personal best in sector 1, then round the hairpin we go. Gonna wait to pick up the throttle. Back in trying to get away. And this is probably the trickiest part, one of the trickiest parts, like then downhill or through here, then a long right hand, you've got to brake, try and straighten up as much as you can do, over the curb a little bit. Get your line through here, pick the throttle up early, use that curb on the exit there, but not too much, you want to be on the grass. That's got a good run there for blue flag then. He has down on his personal best, but he is catching Glyn. Who is a little bit wide there through this corner. But there are multiple lines you can take. Glyn there holding a wider line there, blue flag apexing earlier, then having to hug the inside to not wash out too early. Now he sort of plummet down the hill. A bit of a lift there through the middle of the S's. Blue flag having a very good run through there, gaining once again on the Wayland car. Down with the gears, try to hold the apex as much as he can do. Later there, maybe just a little bit caught out there. Thought he might run to the back of Glyn, so ran a bit deep. Now's the hairpin. See him now all over the back then. We've got to now try and pick a braking marker. Tip into this chicane. Ride the curbs a little bit. Of course, as Pagani mentioned earlier in the chat, the Ferrari not a fan of the curbs. Really does struggle to ride these curbs well there. So they entered the hairpin there. Glyn went a little bit tight there. Ran away from the apex mid-corner. Giving blue flag the opportunity to close right in, and behind him unsafe, got that gap down to 3.7. I think blue flag will be aware of that. And he tidied through the chicane at that time around, and he's now right on the back of Glyn, then up over the crest. Glyn's going to go defensive into the long right, as he is. See a pin then. Flash of the brake lights ahead then from Glyn, as he has to use the brakes to get the car slowed mid-corner, hold the apex. Blue flag's got a run here, but I don't think he's going to be able to get alongside in a timely manner to make a move down the S's. No, he's going to have to drop in behind again. All the while the gap behind is coming down. Through the S's we go. Blue flag holding a tighter line once again then. Got to wait to pick up the throttle though. Use that curve on the exit there. Nicely done. Gap behind down to 2.8 seconds. And all this is also hurting blue flag's front left tyre. The dirty air is making that car wash out even more. You're wearing that front left tyre more through these long corners. On pits from 5th to go for the soft tyre, so he did not manage to get ahead of unsafe. It's good news for unsafe. Not good news for blue flag. Again, Glyn going defensive into the hairpin then. Blue flag all over the back of him then. Oh, big slide once again from blue flag. Trying to get the power down, trying to get alongside, get a run down the hill here, but can't get up the inside. And once again, we'll have to follow him through this sector. Over the curbs. You see there, he had a good run, but then, oh, he's round! Round goes blue flag, 360s it. Gets going the right way, but to his left, there's unsafe release. Drama in the championship then. That could be pivotal. Blue flag 360s trying to catch Glyn, and unsafe release pounces and takes 3rd place. Glyn then on the red line of fuel. I think he'll be in this time around. He just peels off, does he? He does indeed. Glyn peels off then. He's going to do 2 5-lap stints, I think. So what does blue flag do now? He's going to pit. Is he going to double soft? Joker to come through. He's on his medium tyres now. So up to third here he goes, and blue flag has come out and he's just ahead of Glyn. So blue flag has jumped Glyn in that pit stop. They're both just ahead of Derek as well, who's on the hard tyre at the moment. Same consistent lap times. Odon is 7th, then we've got Mattman in 8th, Zom 9th. Stufer in the pits now on his way out on the softs. Zom's on the mediums, so I think Zom's probably going to the end, is he? 9 laps from there, probably. He's only just pitted as well, Zom, so yeah, I think Zom's now set for the race then, and critically for him, he's ahead of Stufer. So, Jonesy, if you're watching, get your calculator out. At the back, face Potter in 11th. Nobby Norris is in P12, Mikey P13. P14 for I came back. Solid run in the Masters earlier. Had some dramas in this one. Unfortunately, we saw him spinning off earlier and was followed around by this man who is going to get some fuel. Static shocker. Up front, we've not really seen him because, well, we don't really need to see him. He is just supremely minding his own business. Cruising around at the front, T. Smith. So for this in P2 then. Joker 10 seconds back in 3rd. Blue flag then. Hammer down in 4th. Trying something different then. Can blue flag do then to try and overhaul unsafe release, try and take some points back going into that final race? Of course, we are at Abu Dhabi again next week. The blue flag did prevail earlier in the season. Have to do it all over again though in a longer race this time. We're done with chipping away some points this week. He is purple by nearly half a second in sector 2. Stay on board with this lap from blue flag then. Going gun-ho to the end. Try and overhaul unsafe release. But 2 stops to make. It's a very difficult ask, and it's half a second up. We might see a 33 here depending on how good his final sector is. But blue flag is pushing and pushing hard. Down through the S's, that car is looking aggressive. In the white line nicely there, nice line there, picking up the throttle nice and early on the exit. Very good line there from blue flag. This has been a good lap then. We know he's going to go purple. How much is it? Is it a 33? It's a 34.3, so he lost a bit of time in the final sector there after all that. Slightly wider line through turn 1. Did a 35.7, it was his personal best as well, so both drivers doing PBs on that lap. Blue flag doing the PB of everybody. Kicks up the dirt there on the grass. Is he still pushing his Fortes down now? Come up here, just claw me. And there we go. Derek having a solid run in P6. I think he'll be very happy if he can hang on to that. Odon and Zom are battling. And getting his hard tyre stint done. Now getting close now to the soft tyres for a number of drivers. Stufer is currently on the soft tyre. Going to be trying to hunt down Zom. He's just on a personal best of 35.5. He's got Martin to clear first. Face Potter behind him on the medium tyre. Mikey's on the medium tyre as well. Nobby Norris is on medium tyres. As I came back. Shocker also on the medium tyres, having just pitted, and Tom is on the red line, so he should be in this time around. Should give him 6 laps on the soft tyre then, so that'll be pretty much the limit they'll go. If he part fills the tank, that shouldn't be a problem. Safe release. Comfortably clear of Joker to the tune of nearly 12 seconds. It's blue flag. What can he do? He actually lost time last time around then, so the best of those soft tyres is already gone. Of course, he's going to stop again. He's on the grass. He's pushing hard. That's where he did his 360 a few laps ago. Whether or not that changed his strategy then as T. Smith pits from the lead. Unsafe probably got one more lap in the tank if he wants it. Look at the consistency in Tom's lap times. They did his personal best on lap 17 at 35.1, and 35.4, another 35.1, 35.3, 35.9, and to 36s. Oh, and he joins out right for the unsafe release. That pit exit there is a bit treacherous there, and it very nearly came unstuck for the two race leaders. As it happens, unsafe has come out just behind him. Decided not to push too hard because why would he? Blue flag is in then for one more set of soft tyres. Glynn's going to go around again. Joker on the mediums. Can he make the flag? He used to use the softs, doesn't he still? No, he's used the stuff, hasn't he? Yeah, so unsafe will be chasing Joker in the final stint. It's a short pit stop here, of course. It's a short pit lane. So the pit loss time is not as great as it is on certain other circuits. Which is maybe your blue flag's thinking. Fortunately for blue flag, he's come out behind Zom and Odom. And on the medium tyre. Again, that's interesting. Maybe again he's thinking the medium will give him the longevity he needs to get to the end. Zom ahead of him is also on the medium tyres, as is Odom. Derek now in P5. Glynn will be in this time around. Safe release will be in as well. Peels off then. Here comes his soft tyre stint. So Joker's going to come through. Now Joker's tyres are getting very close to the edge. That front left tyre looking particularly second hand. Safe release is into pit lane. I'm going onto the jacks. Tyres are on. Fuel going in. Joker goes through. Glynn will pit. Where's Derek going to peel out? I think Derek's going to be behind him here. Yes, he is. Unsafe then out onto the soft tyre there. Basically a third of a tank there. So that car nice and light. He's got 7 seconds to try and catch Joker, whose tyres are going to be on the cusp on that last lap. That front left tyre looking particularly second hand. T. Smith, no such worries. He's pushing hard though, kicking up the dirt and the dust off the edge of the curb. Here's 1.5 tenths purple. Then are we going to see the 33 from this man? 34.3 is the current best time. Blue flag was on for a very low 34, but lost some time in the final sector on his best lap. Again, still faster through that sector. This is where blue flag lost his time. I don't think Joker's going to get to the end either. It's going to be very close, isn't it? You can see T. Smith is pushing hard. They're attacking that apex, hugging the curb. Out wide, over the curb. Here we go then. Is it a 33? It's going to be a low 34, definitely. It's a 33.7. Beats it comfortably. What a lap from T. Smith. He can now just roll back and get that car to the flag because he's got a massive lead then. The gap between Joker and Unsafe is already down to 4.5 seconds, and he's lost like 2.5 seconds. Now Joker's in. No, is he? Yes, he is. Yeah, so we're right. He is not going to make it to the end. In he comes. Unsafe then will be promoted to P2. Derek coming around. Of course, he's going to the end. Joker, I imagine, is going to probably just ties and maybe even a splash of fuel, if any. A couple of litres. Off he goes. He will come out just behind Derek. As in the background, we've got this squabble as Odom bails out. Through goes Glynn. Blue flag and Zom. Glyn has come out ahead of blue flag, who's around the outside of Zom. Makes that move stick. Good move for blue flag. Up to 6th place. Glyn's on the soft tyre. Of course, he went a lot longer, so he's got 5 to do this time, so he should not have any tyre worries. So whether or not he'll have the grip in them for the in the meanwhile. Hold off blue flag. Joko very quickly chasing down Derek, who's on the overall podium as it stands, but I think Joker will take that back from him. Derek on worn hard tyres, Joker on fresh softs. This should be very much taking candy from a baby. Derek's not going to fight that very hard, lets him go. Joker all over the curbs there. Ferrari does not like that. Yeah, 34.8 from T. Smith then. He's rolled back now. Doesn't need to push too hard. He's got the fastest lap. So for descent, this will be his first flying lap. So 34.6. Personal best there, but with 9/10 off the overall fastest lap. That is really irrelevant to him. Well, this is a massive stride towards claiming the GT2 title and replacing this man as the GT2 champion. Of course, it is not done and dusted. Anything can happen in the final week. Glyn keeping blue flag at arm's length. Blue flag strategy call has not worked out for him, unfortunately. Maybe he just couldn't stretch the fuel and the tyres long enough to make the 2-stop work. However, he is still harassing Glyn for 5th. Into the chicane we go, over the curbs. Nice and tidy through both drivers. Then blue flag though on the exit curb, over the edge, kicking up the dirt, but he's still closing right in. Let's go on board. Enjoy this battle. Head into this long right-hander. Glyn on the soft tyres ahead of us there. Up the crest we go. Glyn pulling a couple of car lengths away there. Down through the S as we go. Blue flag there, feathering the throttle. Oh, he's commented too high, he's hit the wall. And is that going to be the opportunity gone? The dirty air catching him out there through the S as he was pushing hard. So I'm in P7 behind them. 11 seconds ahead of Odon on the softs. So he should be fine. Behind them, Mattman in 9th, also on the soft tyre now. Matt's had good pace then, but those spins early on have just cost him. So it was a chaotic lap of the race earlier on. Several drivers spinning off. Mattman, Stufer, I came back. Static Shocker all going around within the space of a lap. So I think there's more in it for Matt than 9th. Stufer in P10. Solid run from him, but again, that spin just hurt him either earlier. Definitely cost him a shot then at challenging this man, who, if he hasn't mathematically done it, has all but mathematically done it in terms of wrapping up the GT3 title going into next week. Of course, he will be away, but I imagine his standing should be able to rack up the necessary points to see him over the line. But yeah, I'm sure he will want to do it himself. Mikey in 11th then has just been put a lap down, but he has got ahead of Face Potter, who is right behind him and on fresher soft tyres, so yeah, it's not a done deal. Mikey in his beloved P11. Over Norris in 13th. He's got on safe release behind him. Came back in 14th. And Static Shotter in P15. Medium tyres then. But T. Smith then on his final lap. He's on his merry way. It's comfortable up here. Meanwhile, Glyn is trying to chase down Derek. On to the final lap they go. Blue flag is not going to get back to them. But blue flag's going to be tight on fuel here. It's all a bit lonely. So this is the main battle at the moment then, just behind the race leader. Bound for P11. Face Potter and Mikey. Face Potter's going to have to make it now because they haven't got one more lap. This is their last lap because they are behind the race leader, who is on the final tour. Oh, you can see the dirty air there. He's washed out massively through the S's there. And I don't think he's going to get back to him, unfortunately. But up ahead then, there's been no such troubles for this man. Like I said, he's on the grass at the final corner because he's got no front left tyre left. T. Smith then is your winner, covering for Monte Carlo. He wins. But behind him, in the title race, this is going to be huge for unsafe release then. He was behind blue flag. There was cars in between them, but he has carved his way through. Capitalised on blue flag's spin. It's P2 on the night. But that is big for his title ambitions. Joker, a solid drive for third. He will lose points to the championship leader, but pulled them back on second place. Can he do the unthinkable next week? Derek, then a very good drive from him there. That opening stint definitely set that up for him nicely. P4 for Derek. I think he'll be very happy with that then. Best result of the season for him. In fourth place then. Glynn gets P5, blue flag, just P6. Gets to the line then, did have enough fuel in the end. So I was going to come home in P7, and I think with that, we'll wrap up the GT3 title. Lights are flashing. Odon's going to come home in P8. Quiet drive from Odon tonight in that one, Macman. A solid P9, but we would have hoped for a little bit more. But gets to the line. P10 for Stufer. Absolutely no front left tyre left on that car. Crosses the line then with everybody else already over the line. Well, as you would expect, the GT1 champion is victorious. Love it then. So T. Smith is the winner, filling in for Monte Carlo. Unsafe release though in the GT2 title battle then. Victorious. P2 for him on the night. Joker rounding off the podium in third. A solid drive there from him. Derek, really good drive for him there in P4 with Glynn behind him in fifth. Pipping blue flag then, who probably all but concedes the GT2 title going into the finale next week then. It'll be a big ask to come back from there, but anything can happen. We have seen it before. So on P7 then, I think we'll wrap up the GT3 title with that result. He heads home Odon in 8th, Macman 9th, Stufer in P10, then Mikey P11, Face Potter P12, Nobby Norris 13th, I came back 14th, and Static Shocker in 15th, rounding off the finishers. Well, one more cracking week of GT2 and GT3 action in the books, and just one more to go this season. Then please do join us next week for the finale from Abu Dhabi Yas Marina. Once again, though, just the endurance race then, so the Mazdas are now done for the season. It's just the long race next week to get over the line. But there is action, of course, tomorrow. GT1 back tomorrow. Please do join Joker on comms as he goes through the GT1 action from Yamagiwa reverse. Can T. Smith take another step towards yet another GT1 title? We'll find out tomorrow. But for this evening, thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Do apologise for the technical difficulties in the midstream. So thank you for coming back. Thank you for the comments as always. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so before you go. And please do join us tomorrow for more FTRL action. But from me for this evening, thank you very much and good night.